Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. Today I have Dollar Tree DIYs to share with you that I hope that you will love. These are all very farmhouse and coastal inspired DIY decor ideas. I honestly think they could all work with rustic and farmhouse style decor, as well as more of a beachy or coastal decor, which is going to be perfect for summer. So I hope that you enjoy. Also, let me know which one is your favorite or least favorite. I always love hearing from you guys and knowing like what kind of styles you're liking or disliking right now. Like, what are you guys into? Helps me plan my content and like what you guys want to see. I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the wonderful reviews and positive feedback on the Wellness Weekends episode 1 that I posted over the weekend. I feel like so many of you really enjoyed that, and that just touched my heart. I loved filming it, and I am just so glad to hear that you guys really enjoyed it and it was helpful and it meant something to you. And if you haven't seen it, I will have it linked down below, and up top here I can post that as well. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and let me know. And also don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Click the little bell so you'll be notified whenever I upload something new. And without further ado, let's get into these DIYs.
For the first one, I'm taking several boxes of the wooden game blocks from Dollar Tree in order to create a tissue box cover. I started by creating 4 squares of the wooden blocks that are all 3 blocks high. 2 of the squares are 8 blocks wide and 2 are 9 blocks wide. I think you'll definitely want to use wood glue for this because super glue soaks in and absorbs into the wood, and hot glue will create too much bulk. But if you have a suggestion for another type of glue that would work besides wood glue, definitely let me know. I will have the one that I used linked down below in the description box. I got mine on Amazon and I think it was like under $5 for this bottle. I've been using it for like a year now and I still have a lot left. I then created a top panel for the box, and for this one it's basically another square that is 3 vertical blocks high by 9 vertical blocks wide. But in the very center row I only have 2 blocks on each end, and the 5 blocks in the very center I left out so that we can actually pull up a tissue easily through here. I love the look of the wood grain, and so I thought I was going to use just a gloss spray to finish the wood, kind of seal it, give it a little bit of a shine. But I don't know what was wrong with this stuff, but it was going on like a thin white spray paint. So I just did the one side and I waited to see if hopefully it would dry clear, but nope. It looked exactly the same. And so now I was kind of worrying that I had ruined this whole project until I started trying to sand it off and fix it. And I realized that by sanding off a little bit of it, the lighter tone that was left behind after sanding actually gave it more dimension, and I think it looked really cool. So I went back to do the other sides like this and make them all match. And then the cap of the sprayer on this old can broke like halfway through. So I ended up having to actually get my white spray paint to finish the other side. I just did a really light coat of white spray paint, and when it was dry I sanded everything down again, just with a little piece of sandpaper, nothing special. Just sand it until it looks how you want it. And I personally think that this just gives the tissue box a really lovely lighter look where you can still see the wood grain peeking through, and I just think it came out perfect for like that beachy, rustic, farmhouse, coastal themed decor. Okay, moving on, I took a plain glass vase from Dollar Tree and glued it to the bottom of this Dollar Tree martini glass, and then covered the martini glass. I think this is a martini glass, isn't it? And then I covered it in nautical rope. I had this glass already laying around the house, so definitely feel free to improvise with whatever you have. I feel like their margarita glass would also work. There's a lot of ways you could create something like this. And then I would thought about creating maybe some fabric flowers to glue at the top of the stem here, like under the tall vase, by folding and bunching the material. And I kind of wanted to use the gray and white plaid fleece baby blanket that Dollar Tree carries in their baby section. And I just thought that that like gray and white plaid would, like that checkered, actually it's not plaid, I think it's more of like a checkered, but I thought it would look kind of good for like a farmhouse type of look, but I ended up not having one on hand, and since we are all staying home right now, I decided to see what else I could come up with, and I tested out some other Dollar Tree ribbons and fabric that I already had on hand, but honestly I did not like how they looked. So I ended up actually playing around with these wooden popsicle sticks that I had laying around the house, and what I ended up doing was staggering the heights, alternating lower and higher pieces of wood just for some creativity here. I went all the way around, and this actually makes the vase look like, I don't know, like it's taller or longer, like it comes down lower than it actually does because I was positioning them very low set on the glass. So I don't know, you can do this however you want. This is just an idea, but I think this turned out pretty cool. So I dry brushed some white chalk paint to give this a bit of an aged or weathered look. You could do this with a darker paint if you want, but I definitely think the lighter color paint will give you more of a beachy coastal look. And if you want to go with a darker brown paint, it might give you a little bit more of a aged vintage farmhouse look. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you like it with the lighter, or do you feel like it should have like a darker paint on here? So many options when you're crafting, right? That is the best part. Just to use what you have, be creative, and have fun with this. You could totally use this as a vase, but I honestly love the way that it looks as a candle holder, especially because I love candles. Okay, so for the next one, if you do a lot of painting, you probably have used a lot of the foam brushes that come from Dollar Tree, and some of you guys have asked for DIYs using the leftover wooden handles from those. This one is super simple, but what I did was basically just glue these to stack them kind of like Lincoln logs, with two going one way and then two going perpendicular the other direction, and I just kept alternating those. And now I used up all the wooden sticks that I had left, and I'm just placing this glass vase in the center. This is also from Dollar Tree, and I think it might be new, but anyway, you could use this as a vase for a candle, for a flower, for some greenery, for a single stem, whatever you like. But either way, it looks super cute with some light dry brushing on here if you want for a coastal beach decor theme, maybe even a darker brown paint with a little bit of dry brushing if you want it to have a little bit more of a worn and rustic and vintage look, maybe more like a farmhouse look. Either way, there are so many options. For the next one, I'm taking this little blue cup base, candle holder, whatever this is supposed to be, also from Dollar Tree, and I wrapped the base with nautical rope, and then also cut this little Dollar Tree faux succulent, and I hot glued that down in the bottom, and I got carried away with the glue, so rather than seeing a little blob of glue right under the stem, I actually thought that I would put in a whole bunch of hot glue, which kind of looked like water a little bit, but of course it dries kind of opaque and a little bit white, and it loses that transparent water-like effect. But let me know if you have any ideas for a glue that we could use in here that would maybe dry clear. I mean, you could always use resin, but that's kind of expensive, so. Anyway, the glue dried pretty quickly, and it keeps the little succulent in here, and I think it looks super cute. For the next one, I took two of these glasses from Dollar Tree and glued them end to end, and then I used nautical rope. Actually, this one was called manila rope. It's a bit more wild and textured, a little more rough than nautical rope is. I got it on Amazon. I will have it linked for you guys. Even though it is a little bit stiffer and harder to work with than the nautical rope, I think it gives you a really cool effect when you're done, and definitely has like that wild natural look to it, very, very natural looking. So I think it goes super well for like coastal beach or even like that rustic farmhouse look. I just think this would work really, really well with that. Anyway, I covered the entire thing in the rope, and then I also did a third glass by itself. And for this one, I tried leaving a little bit of glass showing right at the top. You could do flowers or a plant, or you could use these as candle holders and set little pillar candles in the tops. That is what I plan to do, but let me know if you think it looks better with the rope going all the way up to the top, or better having glass showing at the top. I couldn't decide. As always, please give this video a thumbs up if you are still here, and share this video with your friends if you think they would enjoy any of these ideas for their own decor. I wish you a beautiful and blessed day, and I will see you guys soon in the next one. Bye!